Hello and welcome to another Swift tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to talk about the unary operator. Basically what the unary operator does is it allows us to add a negative in front of a value and change it to a negative value, or if it's already a negative value, switch it to a positive value. There's also a positive unary, but that's more of just a visual cue. It actually does not do anything in Swift. So this is a pretty short tutorial because unary, there's not much to unary. It's either you're changing it to a negative or you're changing it to a positive. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example of unary here. We're going to create a var and we're going to call it a, and we're going to assign it to a value of -4. All right, and then we're going to create another variable. We're going to call it, let's call it -4. Assign that to a value of -a. All right. So this space here. This -a right here, negative sign, is the unary operator. It's a negative unary operator here. So what it's going to do is it's going to add another negative to this 4, so it's a double negative, so they cancel each other out and it makes it 4. So you can see over here on the right we got a -4 because that's what we assigned a to, was -4. And then we come down the line and we have our -4 variable here. And we assign that to unary operator of -a, and that gives us 4 because we have two negatives makes a positive, and we got 4. So that's a unary operator. Now if I went and said let's do var positive 4 here and assign that to positive a, what do you think is going to happen? Well, in most cases you would think it would change -4 to a +4, but unary positives in Swift have no purpose other than a visual cue. So if I was writing some code that's, I had a bunch of unary negatives in here, and I just want to, be so specific with my code and say, hey, this is supposed to be a positive, just to remind myself this is supposed to be a positive, I can put a plus there, but it does nothing with the code. It has no functionality whatsoever. So other than looking, pretty cool right there as a plus, it does nothing for us. So just remember that pluses do nothing. Now, if you had to, for some reason, use a negative unary to switch this to a positive, then you would just call the negative unary on a negative number here, and it would give you a positive. So there's really no purpose for the plus. We could also just do var b equals 5, and then do var -5, 5, there we go. And we could do -b here, and this would give us a -5. All right. So it's running here. This is 5, and then we call the negative unary here, and it gives us 5. If we did, once again, var positive 5 equals plus b, will do nothing for us. So we'll just let it run right here. We got b is assigned to the value of 5, so we got 5 over here. -5 is assigned to the value of negative unary b, which is -5, and positive 5 is assigned to positive unary 5, which positive has nothing, no functionality with it, so it does nothing to the number and leaves it at 5. So that is unary operators in Swift. Pretty straightforward. Negative's the only one that does anything. Positive's just there for visual cue. If you have a positive number and you call a negative unary on it, it's going to be a negative number. If you have a negative number and you call a negative unary on it, it's going to be a positive. Just remember, two negatives make a positive. So they're pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, leave a comment on YouTube or on our website at swifttutorial.online. Be sure to like the video. Don't forget to leave us a comment for some feedback, and we'll see you in the next video.